Hi everyone, I'm Priscilla with Ask You Nutrition and Fitness, and today we're making spinach tomato egg bites in the Instant Pot. This is one of my all-time favorite grab and go, high protein, healthy breakfasts. If you're like me, you probably are short on time in the morning and need something that you can just grab and go. This is one of those perfect recipes that you can prep at the beginning of the week. It's incredibly versatile, so if you want to prep it, grab it and go, you have that option, but it freezes really well too. So, if you'd like to learn how to make these egg bites, just keep watching. The first thing we're going to do is prep our ingredients. For this recipe, you're going to need 4 eggs, a half a cup of cottage cheese, a 1/4 cup of spinach, a 1/4 cup of diced onion, 1½ cup of cheese, any cheese will do, a 1/4 cup diced tomato, crushed black pepper to taste, and then either chopped green onion or parsley, something for garnish. In addition to that, if you have one of these egg bite molds, it's not necessary, but it's super helpful. I'll go ahead and link this down in the comments. I have it on my Amazon favorites. I think I bought this one in a whole set, so there were some other items that came along with it, but it's just a silicone mold with a lid. We're going to be using this today. And then if you have one of these steaming trivets, again, this was in the same set as the mold. This will be helpful so that you can take the mold in and out of the Instant Pot. All right, now let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is prep my ingredients. Go ahead and grab your spinach, and we're gonna chop this up nice and fine. We're gonna be using this in the molds, not as a blended item. So make sure that you're chopping this really fine. You can use fresh spinach like I'm using here, but if you'd prefer, you can also substitute frozen. Just make sure that it's thawed and drained and that you've gotten most of the moisture out, because we don't want to water down our egg bites. Same thing if you want to use a canned option. That's another great affordable option for you. If you are shopping for canned spinach, make sure that you are looking for a can that says no salt added or no additional salt. You can always rinse that and drain it as well and make sure that you pat it dry. But spinach is a great way to add in those extra greens into your breakfast. Next, we're gonna go ahead and dice our onion. Again, making sure that we get this nice and fine. We don't want any large chunks of onion to overpower the flavor of our bites. And dice up your tomatoes. We wanna make sure that we're removing this inner seeds area. We just want this fleshy area on the outside. Again, we want to make sure and remove all of the seeds in the inside because we don't want to water down our egg bites. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and shred our cheese now. Like I mentioned, you can use any cheese you prefer. This one happens to be my husband's favorite, but some popular cheeses are Parmesan, cheddar, either yellow or white. Sharp cheddar is a really great option too to give it a lot of flavor. I've also seen people using Gouda or Munster. Those are nice, deliciously flavored cheeses, but any of them will do. Okay. Now that we've prepped all of our ingredients, we're gonna go ahead and pop everything into our blender. So we're gonna crack open these eggs. We've got 4 eggs here. Toss in your cottage cheese. This is what really makes the egg bites nice and creamy, just like the ones you get at popular breakfast chains. And then we're gonna add in our shredded cheese as well. Go ahead and keep your onion and your tomato and spinach off to the side. We're gonna add those into the molds here in just a second. Once you've got everything in the blender, we're gonna go ahead and blend it on high for about 30 seconds or until everything is nice and smooth and combined. Okay, once you've got a nice smooth mixture, go ahead and grab your egg bite molds. And we're gonna add in the spinach, the onion, and the tomatoes into the mold. Make sure to divide them out evenly. If you have other ingredients that you prefer, go ahead and add those in now. Then we're gonna pour our egg mixture into the mold until it's about 2/3 of the way full. If you have a little bit more or less, that's fine. We just wanna make sure that we're not overfilling the mold so as they cook, they don't pop out. If you have one of these egg molds and you've got one of the silicone covers that I showed, go ahead and add that cover. If you don't have one of these silicone molds, that's fine. You can just cover it with foil if you'd like instead. We just want to make sure that we're protecting it from the extra moisture. All right, now go ahead and set your Instant Pot to pressure cook on high for 9 minutes. Once cooked, allow your Instant Pot to natural release for about 10 minutes. Once they're done, we're gonna pull these out and go ahead and let them set on the counter for just a couple of minutes until they cool. So that's it. Once these are done, you can either allow them to cool and put them in a meal prep container. You can put them in the freezer in a freezer safe container and keep them up to 60 days. Or you can have them throughout the week as a grab and go breakfast. They keep really well in the refrigerator for up to about 5 days. So as I mentioned, this is an incredibly versatile recipe. There are a million variations you can try out with this. If you want to add in more vegetables, if you want to put bell peppers, green onions, if you're looking for a lower calorie option, you can also substitute whole eggs for just egg whites. Or if you want to add in some additional protein, sausage is always a great option, maybe some low-fat turkey bacon if that's your thing. But whatever it is, make it your own, make it delicious. If you liked this recipe, I will have it linked down in the description. It'll be over on my blog. And if you like recipes like these, be sure to check out my meal plans. We've got several to offer that have delicious high protein breakfasts just like these.